Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. Carter is assaulted by the Deacon, and Brooke becomes more desperate. According to next week's spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful, Taylor Hayes calls out Hope Logan for some skanky behavior, Brooke Logan becomes desperate, and Deacon Sharp resorts to violence to defend his daughter. Additionally, a life is at stake. As is customary when there is significant cliffhanger Friday action, B&B held their spoilers until the very end of this week. We still have some worthwhile topics to discuss, though. Will Liam live through his medical crisis? Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful. We all seen Steffy Forrester discover Liam Spencer unconscious and bleeding from his head on Bill Spencer's front porch at the conclusion of the previous week. Steffy was appalled, of course, and she dialed 911. After Liam was taken to the emergency room, Dr. Grace Buckingham stated that he had an intracranial hemorrhage and a brain bleed, and that his brain might be dying from oxygen deprivation. This is a serious problem. When Liam flatlined on Friday, Steffy was yelling and completely overjoyed. April 7th to 11th Bold and Beautiful weekly spoilers, Deacon attacks Carter and Brooke's anxiety increases. He will undoubtedly require brain surgery to halt the bleeding, and they undoubtedly wanted us to be concerned that he would die in the cliffhanger episode. The good news is that we have a behind-the-scenes photo of Liam and Bill at Il Giardino from a future episode, so we know Liam lives. Liam wears a wrap or something similar to a linen beanie covering his head while they are eating lunch. Does CBS production cover up Liam's head injury? I'm not sure if that's a part of his costume or if they're hiding a bandage so the behind-the-scenes photo doesn't show it. Since Heather Tom was directing that episode, we saw her working with the actors in the picture. They taped it on the same day as the episode that aired on March 26th and featured Brooke and Hope furiously fighting. In the coming week or so, Liam should have his operation, be discharged from the hospital, and have a nice lunch with his father, Bill Spencer. Brad Bell, the showrunner, has assured us that the front-burner plot they have developed for Liam is unlike anything we have ever seen. Additionally, neither Don Diamont nor Scott Clifton are leaving because they recently inked new deals with Bold and the Beautiful. Hope's honor and Carter's retaliation on Bold and the Beautiful, Deacon's violent defense. Okay, so let's discuss Deacon's use of violence to protect his daughter Hope's honor. Deacon will face Carter Walton at Forrester Creations the following week. Now, Deacon assured Hope that he would handle everything during the just concluded week. He's taking charge and acting like a big parent. Carter tells Deacon that he believed Hope would understand what he did when he arrives at Forrester Creations, but her father claps back, and Deacon asks how many times Hope must experience heartbreak because that's what he witnesses. He then attacks the COO like a karate child, kicks Carter in the leg, and then punches him. Carter gives it his all as Deacon attacks him, lunging at him and retaliating with a punch. Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, a smell-good girl, will be shown hurrying in to break up the altercation. Actually, that looks like a really awesome moment, and I'm eager to witness it. Following Deacon's departure, Daphne will undoubtedly console Carter. We need to see more sparks with them, and this entire confrontation just serves to confirm that it's best that he and Hope are no longer together. Even though Hope doesn't particularly enjoy being around Sheila Carter, Deacon recently offered her one of the small apartments above Il Giardino. Hope might accept Deacon's offer and vacate her small cabin at Brooke's estate the next week. We already know that Deacon and Hope will be in many more scenes together in the near future. The actors acknowledged that they have recorded numerous episodes together. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, Ridge, Taylor, and Brooke's last-ditch efforts, a bra and panties showdown. Additionally, I don't think Brooke will be successful in persuading Ridge Forrester to reinstate Hope's employment. Since Brooke actually seems more interested in having Ridge back in her life than in getting Hope her job back, I just don't see Ridge giving up, and Hope will most likely blame her mother. Additionally, I'm curious to see if Hope will be appreciative or appalled to learn that her father, Deacon, went all kung fu father on Carter. Hopefully, Carter won't try to file charges for the in-off assault he endured, and I do believe Hope could be impressed that her father is prepared to fight for her. In addition, Sean Cannon, who is actually a martial artist, is fantastic and knows all those moves if you haven't seen him reprise his character from Karate Kid 3 in the Netflix series Cobra Kai. Spoilers for B&B, Carter responds to Deacon. Carter, however, strikes back, and it appears that everyone is kung fu fighting, just as in the song. These men are going to do their thing, and by the way, those maneuvers are all real because Lawrence St. Victor has experience in martial arts training. Despite the fact that Brooke was rejected this week, she tried again last week and was again turned down by Ridge. Therefore, the question is whether Brooke will accept Ridge's decision to be with Taylor, and will she simply continue to act professionally at work? No, that is not what she will do. In the week of April 7th, Brooke continues the conversation that began in this Friday's episode, in which she naturally blames the coup for their breakup and tries to get Ridge to hire Hope again. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke calls out bad play. Brooke Logan believes it is unjust that her daughter was the only one punished. In that Friday chat, Brooke attempted to hold Steffy responsible for everything, but Ridge is not amenable to it and would not tolerate it again if she brings it up on Monday. Brooke asks him to acknowledge that he wants to be with her and follow their destiny, but he rejects her once more. Ridge declines once more, so Brooke will step forward because next week we'll see Taylor enter the CEO's office in search of Ridge and be confronted about something else. As she emerges from behind a changing screen, wearing only a tiny purple bra and underwear, Brooke is panting because she believes Ridge has entered the room. She asks, "Oh Ridge, is that you, Divine?" She shouts when she sees Taylor. Therefore, even though Ridge repeatedly tells Brooke that's not what he wants, it is clear that she is aggressively flinging herself at him. She is also stripping down to the skivvies. I'm sure she is using the excuse that these are some of Brooke's bedroom designs, but Taylor will not be pleased to see her searching for Ridge in just her bra and underwear. Like Deacon does to Carter, she might give Brooke a karate kick. The entire situation might become slapstick. Bold and the Beautiful, Luna, Will, and Elektra, medical drama and love triangles. Additionally, next week, Luna Nozawa, who is insane, will be moaning to her grandmother Sheila about Will Spencer wasting his time with Elektra Forrester, whom she refers to as Prissy. At Forrester Creations, Will and Elektra become sexy while making out. However, despite telling Elektra he can wait, Will seems a little impatient about intimacy, and he might be enticed by Luna because he was daydreaming about her offer. Watch as news of Liam's medical emergency spreads next week as well. Steffy needs to respond to this text from Finn, who wants to know why she and Liam haven't shown up for their plans with Kelly Spencer. Bill should be appalled that his son passed out and rushed to make things right because of how cruel he was to Liam. Sheila's dangerous intel versus Carter. Here are the spoilers for Monday, April 7th, 2025's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans can anticipate Luna Nozawa confiding in Sheila Carter Sharp in the upcoming episode. Expect Deacon Sharp to fulfill his pledge to Hope Logan in the meanwhile. Deacon's actions, however, might have criminal repercussions. Let's discuss the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. A promise from Deacon Sharp. On Friday, Hope Logan, Annika Noel, vented to her father in front of fans. Hope is currently aimless and directionless. Hope appears to be mostly preoccupied with individuals who are accused of betraying her, even though she has a child named Beth Spencer, Jordan Lynn Ariza. Deacon made a commitment after Hope vented to him. Deacon promised to deal with Hope's betrayers on her behalf. Carter Walton chopped karate. Deacon is seen striking and kicking Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, in a preview video for next week. Usually, scenes with this kind of explosive content don't air until later in the week. However, a single argument may take the entire week to telecast because the soap opera is just 30 minutes long. Therefore, expect Deacon to approach Carter early in the week, but the altercation is unlikely to occur until later. In love, Elektra Forrester. Elektra Forrester is in love, according to Monday, April 7th spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Will Spencer is anxiously awaiting passion, but Elektra isn't prepared for it yet. Will claims to understand and will wait for Elektra, but Luna will undoubtedly take advantage of this. Will did give Luna's offer of any time, anywhere some thought after he turned it down. The dangerous intel of Sheila Carter Sharp. Fans may see the Sheila and Luna scenario from the preview clip in the upcoming episode of Bold and the Beautiful. Sheila's face takes on a troubled expression as Luna continues to babble about prissy Electra. Sheila has been obsessive and murderous for the most of her time on the soap opera. Sheila presumably notices that Luna is obsessed with Will, which isn't good for Electra's future. There are boundaries, even though Sheila pledged to be there for her grandchild no matter what. What happens if Sheila senses that Luna is already losing her mind? Will Sheila take the required action to prevent Luna from causing harm to anyone in the future? Sheila had done so well and progressed so far. Luna pulling Sheila back down a dark path would be unfortunate. What is the plot that you are most excited to see? In the Forrester drama, fans couldn't agree on whether Hope used Carter or if he betrayed her. Fans are sharply split over Hope and Carter's breakup, according to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Some call her an innocent victim, while others assert that she was using Carter throughout their failed Forrester takeover. Social media users are engaged in a ferocious fan battle over who should bear the brunt of the failed takeover plan following the most recent Forrester creations turmoil. The argument is heating up as some are accusing Hope Logan of manipulating Carter Walton from the beginning, while others are calling her an innocent victim. The betrayal that caused everything to fall apart. Steffy Forrester didn't take long to show Hope the door after Carter unexpectedly decided to give the family back control of Forrester Creations. However, in a turn of events that has supporters furious, Carter managed to retain his role as COO while Hope lost her fashion brand and was sacked. Insider accounts state that Hope sought solace from Deacon after feeling deceived by both Carter and Brooke. Given that her own mother seems to have taken the side of the Forresters in this crucial battle, Hope feels totally abandoned by the chaotic outcome. But in this case, who is actually at fault? This is the point at which the drama transcends the screen and reaches the fervent audience. She is the innocent victim, the team hopes. Advocates for Hope have come out firing, with one supporter, Ralph Miller, echoing the sentiments of many. Hope is an innocent victim in all this. Carter was the one who performed all of this before throwing her into the fire. With many viewers pointing out the unequal outcomes, this viewpoint has acquired significant traction. Hope and Carter both took part in the takeover plan, but only Hope lost everything, while Carter kept his comfortable executive job. Another ardent admirer stated, Carter sabotaged his relationship with Hope by listening to the enemy, emphasizing how his commitment seemed to wane when his own career was at stake. Many people believe that the unfair penalty is a clear indication of the ongoing power struggle between Logan and Forrester, as Hope was sacrificed while Carter was able to save himself at her price. Hope was using Carter is the team's reality check. However, not everyone believes the story of the innocent victim. For a large segment of the audience, Hope's fury is, at best, hypocritical. Fan Connie Humphreys Austin sliced through the drama to what many see to be the uncomfortable truth when she said frankly, Hope was using Carter. Hope wasn't exactly a hesitant participant in the takeover plan, as other viewers quickly pointed out. One astute fan pointed out that Hope was actively backing the idea at every stage, saying, Hope encouraged Carter to take over the company. Many fans pointed out that Hope didn't find the takeover worrisome until it didn't work out. Hope was innocent until she failed to recognize the wrongness of Carter's actions and urged him to proceed with the plan, as one spectator stated. A fan on X was even more scathing when they wrote, liar, liar pants on fire. Hope brashly asserted that Steffy and Ridge had ruined FC's atmosphere. Hope then made it clear that she will never again work with them. Given this, why is she complaining about her termination rather than celebrating? Different consequences for both guilty. Some viewers are adopting a more impartial stance, arguing that Hope and Carter are both accountable, but they also wonder why the outcomes were so drastically different. Only one of them lost everything, even if they are both culpable. How fair is that? One admirer raised the issue of the double standard at work by asking. Hope has formed an unlikely bond as a result of the aftermath, looking to her father for assistance when it seems like everyone else has given up on her. According to reports, Deacon chose to support her and let her know she wasn't alone during the crisis. Even though Hope is worried about Sheila's presence, he has offered her a place to live. Fans are making assumptions about Hope's future because of this possible new living situation. Will Hope's closeness to Sheila affect how she interprets this betrayal? Would this cause her to deal with the Forresters and Carter in a more vindictive manner? For the betrayer and the betrayed, what comes next? Viewers are keeping a careful eye on this spectacular fallout to see what happens to Hope and Carter next. The stage is set for even more drama, with Carter staying at Forrester Creations with his tail between his knees, and Hope may be moving in with Deacon despite her misgivings about Sheila. Steffy told Ridge that she was relieved that Hope was no longer there to cause trouble at work, revealing her happiness at Hope's departure from the company. However, there are several explosive stories that are ready to connect with this ongoing drama, as Detective Baker continues to build a case against Luna, and Liam collapses following a heated argument with Bill about his protection of Luna. The true question is still whether Carter betrayed an innocent woman to protect his own reputation, or if Hope was actually manipulating him all along. The consequences of this betrayal are far from ended, notwithstanding the ongoing argument. Ridge's loyalty is put to the test when Taylor demands Brooke be fired over the lingerie controversy. According to teasers on The Bold and the Beautiful, Taylor Hayes might demand that Brooke Logan be fired because of a lingerie incident. Will the loyalty of Ridge Forrester be put to the test? Taylor will make a startling discovery at Forrester Creations during the week of April 7th to 11th. There's always something that makes Taylor furious when she enters the CEO's office. In the weekly preview video for B&B, Brooke is seen coming out of the changing screen she has been using while wearing lingerie. "Is that you, Ridge?" the promo asks Brooke. Brooke then refers to the small number she is wearing as divine as she glances down at it. Naturally, Brooke appears to be trying this on for work-related reasons given her laid-back manner and enthusiasm for the lingerie. She might want to know Ridge's thoughts on whether this will be a major seller because of the success of Brooke's bedroom line. However, judging by the filthy glance she gives Ridge's ex-boyfriend in the promo video, it is clear that Taylor will not approve. It would appear from Taylor's vantage point that Brooke is hurling herself at Ridge in an effort to win him back. Taylor might not believe it, even when Brooke quickly tries to explain after realizing Taylor is present. Taylor might assume that Brooke is merely using the bedroom line as a pretext to show off and entice Ridge. Taylor would contend that since Ridge is the company's co-CEO, he has more important things to do than comment on Brooke's lingering offerings. Taylor may argue that enough is enough, as she won't feel that Brooke is honoring her relationship with Ridge. Will Taylor insist that Ridge fire Brooke and protest to him about it? This might be the final straw for Taylor, who believes Ridge should set some limits in order to fulfill his promise to her. Ridge might find himself in a difficult situation because he doesn't want to upset Taylor, but he might end up agreeing with Brooke that this is only a business matter. If Ridge really thinks Brooke isn't flinging herself at him and acting shady to achieve a reunion, Taylor might think he's being naive. Perhaps Ridge could even be asked if he wants to be pursued by Taylor. Ridge may change his mind and eventually return to Brooke, even if he had predicted that Taylor would be his future. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke and Ridge might never be completely apart, so keep an eye out for any significant romantic developments. To keep Ridge around, Taylor pretends to have heart problems. According to teasers on The Bold and the Beautiful, Taylor Hayes will use deceit to retain Ridge Forrester. Taylor pretended not to be after Ridge when she arrived in town months ago, but where is she now? Will Taylor pretend to have another heart problem in order to avoid losing Ridge to Brooke once more? Brooke Logan is committed to regaining Ridge Forrester's position. Because Taylor pushed her way into Ridge's life during a difficult time, Brooke is furious. If Taylor and their kids hadn't gotten involved, Ridge and Brooke would have been okay. Before Taylor returned to Los Angeles with broken heart syndrome, Brooke and Ridge were doing well. Ridge wanted to move on with Brooke and insisted on helping Taylor get over her heartbreak. But before to this coup, Brooke and Ridge started to argue about Hope Logan. When Brooke refused to throw her daughter out of the house for him, Ridge became enraged. Despite everything, Brooke still desires Ridge's return. Brooke Logan may advance. Ridge and Brooke are co-workers at Forrester. This could provide Brooke the opportunity to outshine Taylor and reclaim what is rightfully hers. Ultimately, Brooke finds Ridge and Taylor's actions unacceptable. Brooke thinks all of this is unjust. Ridge is unaware that Brooke returned to Forrester Creations in order to reclaim the business for him. By choose Taylor over Brooke, Ridge would prefer to harm her once more. Unfortunately, Ridge expects Brooke to be waiting on the sidelines, and he and Taylor never get along. No more being Ridge's floor mat, Brooke needs to get up and leave. Ridge is not worthy of having Brooke wait for him. Taylor Hayes puts her all into it. If Brooke can manage to get Ridge back, Taylor isn't going to let that happen. According to spoilers, Grace Buckingham will be making a comeback to the program. When Taylor initially returned to town, Grace was her doctor. It was Grace who informed Taylor that she had broken cardiac syndrome rather than cardiac failure. When Ridge begins to feel drawn to Brooke, will Taylor stage a relapse? To keep her hooks in Ridge, Taylor has done dubious things in the past. Why not keep Ridge with her and play on his emotions? Will Ridge eventually discover what Taylor is doing? Will Brooke and Ridge ever reconcile? This time, will Ridge remain with Taylor? Brooke's blatant error, Sheila's warning. Here are the spoilers for Monday, April 7th, 2025's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans should anticipate that Brooke Logan will make a bold error in the upcoming episode. Luna Nozawa, meantime, complains to Sheila Carter-Sharp about Electra Forrester. Let's talk about what will happen in the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. It's difficult, Ridge Forrester. Brooke will continue to implore Ridge Forrester, Torsten K., to be back together in the upcoming episode. Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, was already selected by Ridge on multiple occasions. However, Brooke finds it difficult to move on because of her thick cranium. Fans saw Brooke express her gratitude to Ridge for working at Forrester Creations in Friday's episode. Then, questioning whether he misses her as much as she does, Brooke took the initiative. Well, Brooke, he wouldn't be spending every night at home with Taylor if he truly missed you. The brazen moment of Brooke Logan. A preview video shows Brooke in an office at Forrester Creations, dressed just in her panties. Taylor enters to find Brooke largely nude in the next week's promo video. What then precedes that moment? Perhaps Brooke is changing after spilling something on her clothes. Taylor might have misunderstood the situation, but Brooke probably knew Ridge could enter at any time. Quiet before the storm. According to Monday, April 7th spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Electra survived Remy Price. Electra and Will Spencer are now spending more time together than ever before. Monday, April 7th spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke's blatant error and Sheila's alarm bell. The couple appears to be in love, but there is a catch. Will appears to be prepared for the next phase, but Electra is not. Luna is relying on that very thing. Electra pushed her opponent and told Luna to keep away. Luna is now more motivated than ever to acquire what and who she wants, so that was a mistake. Has Electra forgotten what Steffy Forrester Finnegan was subjected to by Luna? Luna will probably vent to her granny about it nevertheless. Although Sheila pays attention to Luna, her body language conveys worry. Could Sheila be noticing some obvious warning signs with Luna? The confrontation of Deacon Sharp. He intends to confront Carter Walton with Deacon Sharp. Carter will defend his behavior, but Hope Logan's father won't accept that. Taylor's jaw drops, Luna rants, and Deacon's brawl. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, a teaser clip for the week of April 7th, 2025, has been made public. It depicts Carter Walton being chopped by Deacon Sharp in karate. Electra Forrester is the subject of Luna Nozawa's tirades. In addition, Taylor Hayes makes an astounding discovery. Let's discuss the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. The confrontation of Deacon Sharp. Let's begin with the most dramatic scene from the promo video. Carter at Forrester Creations is confronted by Deacon. Deacon assured Hope Logan that he would look after Steffy Forrester Finnegan, Carter, and Ridge Forrester. Carter tells Deacon that he believes Hope understands in the preview clip. Deacon then kicks the COO in the leg before striking him after venting over Hope's heartbreak. The brawl of Carter Walton. But Carter doesn't just accept it passively. Carter collapses across the room, then rises and rushes Deacon. The hopelessness of Brooke Logan. Fans can anticipate that Brooke will continue to yearn for her ex-husband in the upcoming episode. Ridge has been straightforward, but Brooke simply doesn't understand. Taylor is shocked to see Brooke in just her bra and underwear when she arrives at the workplace to visit Ridge. Taylor will undoubtedly believe that Brooke is attempting to entice Ridge in this way. Brooke will, of course, most likely have an explanation. Both ladies may conclude that Brooke is similar to Hope once Taylor shares this information with Steffy. And Luna Nozawa's plan. According to Monday, April 7th spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Elektra survived her ordeal with stalker Remy Price. Elektra is content and in love with Will Spencer at the moment. The only issue is that Elektra isn't ready yet, and Will wants action. Luna had already eavesdropped on the couple and made Will an improper offer. Will finds Luna's transgressions repulsive, but Elektra's hesitancy might make the intern change his mind. The discovery of Sheila Carter Sharp. Sheila, meanwhile, is wearing a troubled expression as Luna confides in her grandma about Elektra. Sheila may be able to tell that Luna is relapsing into a bad path due to her obsession. Sheila is the one who would recognize the indications. It being said, if Sheila were the one to permanently halt Luna, it would be an intriguing turn of events.